Hey 8th graders, Trent here to tell you a story about my good friend Jack. Jack and I are in 8th grade, same as you. Not too long ago, I introduced Jack to the online multiplayer game Fortnite. You've probably heard of it. I've been playing the game for a year already and was more than happy to show Jack the ropes. Turned out Jack loved playing the game with and without me, and it also turned out he spent the majority of his evenings playing Fortnite after he got home from school. Playing Fortnite one night, Jack was deep in a high-stakes match and barely lost at the very end. He had always had a bit of a temper, and upon losing, he slammed his fist down onto his keyboard. Nothing was damaged, but his mother burst into the room, exclaiming, "Jack, that is enough!" Jack had a history of this behavior while playing Fortnite. He was very interested in the game, and as a result, often reacted strongly if things didn't fall his way. Jack's mom had grown concerned and tired of his outbursts, and this keyboard-hitting incident was the last straw. Jack's mom pointed out he wasn't mature enough to handle this game and said he needed to take some time to consider his behavior. And with that, she confiscated his keyboard and mouse, leaving Jack to watch in dismay as his computer became unusable. Jack, on the verge of tears, screamed at his mom, "This isn't fair, Mom! You don't get it! You don't even understand the game." He would lose his spot on the squad if he stopped playing now, and he went to bed in despair. Jack told me that a week later, he still didn't have his keyboard and mouse back, and his mother was showing no signs of giving in anytime soon. I was getting on Jack about being away from the game so long, which made Jack feel even worse. Then suddenly, he had an idea. When he woke up the next morning, he sprung into action with the alertness of a boy trying to get away with something. He rubbed his nose red, held his forehead to the heating vent, and held the hottest water he could stand in his mouth for a full minute. Then he raced downstairs, slowing to a feeble walk once he was within his mother's sight. He said, "Mom, I think I'm," pausing with a cough, "I think I'm sick." As he knew she would, Jack's mother ran and grabbed the thermometer, holding it under his tongue until it beeped. She said, "Oh no, it looks like you're running quite a fever. You're not going to school like that. Get back up to your room. I'll bring you some oatmeal and orange juice before I leave for work." Jack was thrilled. His plan worked. He watched out his bedroom window as each of his parents drove off, leaving him home alone. He immediately jumped out of bed and ran to his parents' room. "Not bad, Mom," Jack said to himself as he slid his keyboard and mouse out from their hiding place in his mother's closet. And with that, he was back in the game. Jack had even convinced me to stay homesick too, and the two of us proceeded to have a blast playing all day. That is, until around 5:15 p.m., when Jack lost a crucial match. "Ah!" Jack exclaimed in a rage. He was furious, and without thinking, he put his fist through the wall next to his computer monitor. Jack froze in shock, hardly able to process what he had just done. Jack was in such surprise that he didn't even notice the sound of the garage door closing. He was just composing himself and trying to think of a plan when he heard a voice behind him exclaim, "Jackson Elwood, what did you do?" Jack had never seen his mother angrier. Not only had he punched a hole in the wall, but he had also clearly lied to her about being sick so that he could play a game he was forbidden from playing. He knew he was in big trouble. Jack's mom decided that his time without Fortnite needed to be extended significantly and banned him from the game for an entire year. She also made him pay for the damage to the wall, which used up the majority of his birthday money he had received from relatives. While gaming can be an incredibly fun activity to do alone or with friends, it's important to keep it in perspective. No game is worth lying to the people who love you most, or getting so worked up that you damage your or someone else's property. Taking good things in moderation is a vital lesson, and being able to do that demonstrates maturity. Unfortunately, if you aren't able to handle it, it will cost you. No one would say gaming isn't fun. But how does it become so important that we lie, cheat, and sometimes steal to play? The gaming industry hires behavioral psychologists and specialists that know how to make that part of your brain that gets hooked onto things get hooked when you play games. They can make a kid sitting in a room who has never been noticed on campus be able to create an avatar with an amazing body, become a leader online, and make them feel kind of famous. It almost isn't fair how much they manipulate and trick gamers to never want to leave. Be a good digital citizen and keep balance, and help others around you have balance too.